Hello, comrades, and welcome to another episode of the first season of Loco Dome. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me, I have two wonderful contestants with rosters that will be very funny, I hope, put up next to one another. This is a match that I've talked about a lot since the opportunity first came up. It is at the very bottom of the losers bracket, and if you're not familiar with the bracket, I recommend you go back and watch the preceding episodes because there's a lot to unpack that brought us to this point, and there's a lot of game. And if you're thinking this is getting a little bit stale, don't worry, we've got rule changes coming down the pipe. There'll be a second season, there'll be more chaos, more fun, and more dynamic games, I hope. But without further ado, let me introduce to you where we are in the bracket and who our contestants are. This is the winner's bracket right now. As you can see, there is an individual that has advanced to the end of the winner's bracket and is waiting on the winner of the loser's bracket to square off in the final. This is a double elimination bracket. I know some people are not super familiar with them, so when somebody loses up here, they go down here. And that's where we get all these fine folks, including this match, which is where we are tonight. Milky, which your team name is Pogger Loggers.
Yep.
And Brian, which is the Albertan's Articulateds, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alternatively, Brian's Big Irons.
Big Irons. You've got at least one big iron. I don't know what the other ones
are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
the other ones are kind of mid-iron.
Like
they're
big irons and a small baguette.
Mid-iron.
Mid-iron.
It's just big iron, but it's played like slightly out of tune.
Off picks.
Big iron rewritten by ChatGPT.
Vaporwave big iron.
Anyway, so yeah, Milky and Brian. The winner of this match will go on to face Fort, who beat Matt in a relatively close run thing. You can go back and rewatch that game. That was a little bit interesting. And the winner of that one will go off to face Kaiser and then move on to the losers bracket finale. So,
if I manage to win this and beat Fort, then I'm guaranteed to lose against Kaiser.
I don't know. I think it depends how you play. I think it very much depends how you play.
Kaiser scares me.
Yeah, I mean, the 242A1 is kind of scary. But Fort should scare you more, I think. But anyway, of course, the loser of this...
I know the task at hand with Fort.
The loser of this will have lost twice and will be eliminated from the bracket, sadly. They will be the fourth person eliminated from the bracket behind, well, Matt here and these two folks down here. It's a shame to see people go. Lots of people had lots of interesting lineups, and that's why I'm excited for more of this game type in the future. Just because it's fun to see what people put together. Anyway, let's introduce one of these rosters. Let's introduce Pogger Loggers first. Milky, I never noticed you just had like a barrel in your tender of Sierra 18.
Yeah.
Barrel like Rocket has?
No, it's just like someone tossed it back there.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a wire barrel thing. Oh no, that's 90. Where's Sierra 18?
It literally looks like someone just tossed a barrel in the back. They're taking a
keg. It looks like a coal pusher.
Are these perchance CBs running this locomotive?
Maybe.
Because that might be a keg, if so. Anyway.
Or is it a cannon?
Sierra 18. Well, that would help. That's a style point.
Or maybe it's just the rear headlight and it got knocked over by a log.
Maybe.
Bringing new meaning to train cannon, fire broadside. Anyway, you also have Polson logging 3100, which I cropped this photo for your last game. Very neat logging melee with an interesting spark arrestor. Speaking of spark arresters, Polson 45.
Yep.
Definitely quite a spark arrestor. Maybe, I don't know if this is the only balloon stack in the competition, but it's the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
Why do you have like a tender jail?
Tender jail. That's where the foamers go.
And it's also a very unique builder's photo a bit, too.
Yeah, it
Why
looks like
are
it's
the AA-20s tender? What? You're not supposed to store freaking
prisoners.
that's not.
Uh,
Why is the Gulag tender on this engine and not the AA-20?
the picture seems to have been taken in like the white space between universes.
Yeah.
You also have this chunk 1001, Long Bell 1001, and Rayonier 90, which also has the giant can spark arrestor.
Yep. And it's being restored at the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that a
This
recent
is a
thing?
bucket.
A couple of years ago, they started
okay.
tinkering around with it.
Run it, Mango.
Also, I love the Rayonier thing of having the backup light be on a pedestal.
Yeah, the
it's,
way in there was funny.
yeah, I like these engines. I like this lineup. I wish it did better. Milky, I think if we have like a 150k bracket or a 100k bracket, you'd do much
Yeah.
better with a bunch of logging locomotives.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, on the other hand, Brian has brought this French thing, which was introduced to the world of Locomotive Versus by Milky. So that's something.
The Pechol Bourdon.
Yeah, I wasn't
Wait,
really
what?
going to try to
Did I
pronounce it.
introduce
It's a
it?
cute little fairly.
I thought so. I've always blamed you for it. I
The
thought
specific
you-
one is
I think
green,
you
so it
blame
looks
me
very
for-
cute.
I think you blame me for the Wheelgram Mountaineer.
Yeah, but I actually like that. I thought you had this thing in a Royale, and that's why it
Maybe.
came into
I
He
forgot.
did. He brought it to the wartime Royale and won with it.
Oh. Okay, I forgot. I forgot.
Alright, anyway. Having a headlight inside of your cab doesn't count as a headlight, just throwing it out there.
And I'm pretty sure I walked all over in the finale because I had the SNSR number 7, but neither of us won.
Anyway, Skookum is here, which is a surprising omission from Pogger loggers, but I appreciate the going out and finding weirder examples than Skookum. Then you have 110, then you have 110, and then you have 1309, the double chooch.
Small 110, big 110.
Oh, I put the wrong stat page in. Oop.
It's okay, I wasn't checking.
Okay. Good
Uh,
thing I know, because it was the wrong railroad, and that was not good.
anyway, we're gonna flip a coin and get this thing started. Milky, you are heads.
I'm pretty sure the big 110 is closest to 1001, Long Bell.
Well, we may find out. Milky, you have won the toss. You will be calling. What locomotive would you like to call with?
Okay, what locomotive do I want to call it?
I need some more
Well-
water.
So, yeah, what fuck could we ball? 3100.
If it we ball is this entire lineup, and I appreciate you
Yeah.
for that. Brian, what do you want to respond with?
I'm gonna go with big 110.
All right, big 110, the second
Big
110.
110.
That's the one in black and white, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just to clarify that I have everything in the right order.
Small 110 is Black Hill Central.
Okay. Well, the big 110 is black and white. Milky,
Yes.
you have the
And
first.
also a stablemate. 3100.
That's a good point. The logging, it's a little incestuous. The logging railroads. The
Yeah.
family tree looks like a bush.
Yeah.
Anyway,
A circular bush.
yeah, yeah. What's your first stat call,
Wait, it's all
Milky?
Weyerhaeuser? Always has been.
Except for when it was Rayonier.
Gonna call up.
Well, I guess. Wait, it's all Rayonier? Always has been.
Always has been. Yep. Local base ID.
Loco Base ID.
Oh boy. Probably would have been better to go with little 110 for this one, but 4064.
Okay. Mine is 821.
821. Okay.
Wow.
Reasonably
I
good
figured-
call.
figured that was a good bet.
All right. Well, 1-0, Milky.
Okay, I'm not going to ask that. I'm Year 110 was built by these people. I know because there's a book about it. About, a company that built these engines for this reason. Fuel capacity.
Fuel capacity.
Fuel capacity. I had a feeling this was coming in. Are you oil?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Actually, wait. Am I? Olsen.
Am I?
Olsen.
Do you at least have the oil stats somewhere?
Oh, JK, I am.
Okay. Brian, are you oil?
Yes,
Okay.
1,200 gallons.
1,200.
Well, actually, damn it, it's the MP stacks. Okay. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I am coal.
You're coal?
Sorry.
Oh, goddamn.
I was
Brian, are any of your locomotives coal?
Yeah, 1309.
Alright, switch to it.
Oh, balls.
How much coal does 1309 carry?
16 tons.
And what do you get? Milky, how much coal do you have?
13 tons.
Okay, that's more than I would have expected, but I'm guessing the picture is lying to me.
That's better than I thought, but still not good.
No. Brian?
Year built.
Oof. 1910.
1949.
That's what I thought. Yep.
Well,
The last domestic Baldwin steam locomotive.
The last of Baldwin. Alright, Brian?
Alright, oh, that's a risk because you're a Northern Pacific engine. I don't actually know that one. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that then.
I think I know.
This seems like a kind of safe option, unless that picture is deceiving. Driver diameter.
Driver diameter. 55.
56.
I had a feeling that was coming. 55 is a weird driver diameter. They should have put bigger tires on it. Brian?
Yeah.
That seems concerningly low on my end, but I want to see if this will work anyway. Boiler pressure.
210.
Shit, 210.
Okay, Milky, would you like to swap to attempt to break the tie?
No.
No. Okay, Brian, you must swap to attempt to break the tie. What'll it be?
I hope I'm remembering this correctly. It's going to be Skookum.
Okay, Skookum. What is the boiler pressure of Skookum?
Oh, 200.
200. Alright, the point goes
Damn,
to
that's
3,100.
210 as well.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's like looking at two engines and 1309 is like, I'm you, but stronger. But apparently not Milky.
Foxy Grandpa's got this one down. Okay.
You're now calling against Skookum with 3,100.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Alright, what's your high pressure cylinders?
Oh, no. 15 by 22.
Okay, mine are 20 by 30.
Holy that's your high pressure cylinders?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 3-3.
Low pressure cylinders.
23 by 22.
31 by 30.
Oh my god. Also, just to say, I think this is, we talk about the rare stats like low pressure cylinders and boost retractive effort. This might be the first time that there have been two engines with low pressure cylinders and one is cold on the other. Anyway, Milky, 4-3.
No?
Definitely a rare occasion. Tractive effort.
Tractive effort. Oh boy. 24,600.
Okay, mine is 54,999.
All right,
They
5-3.
they couldn't have gotten just one more pound out of it.
No, they rounded down.
Yeah.
This is already turning into exactly the match I was expecting.
I'm trying to remember this from my time with Skookum. Factor of adhesion?
Ooh.
Ow, 5.28.
Yes, I remembered. Okay, mine is 4.77, which isn't good.
That's still so bad. All right, Milky, 6 to
Yeah.
Pretty
3.
sure there's only like one engine in my entire roster that's better than that, but I could be wrong.
That's
Most of my engines are better than that.
oh boy,
Uh-oh.
something to keep an eye on. All right,
Yeah.
what's your next stat call, Milky?
Tubes.
186 at 2.25.
310, 2.25.
Okay, point goes to Milky.
310?
That's a
Yeah.
lot of tubes. I remember this having an absurd amount of tubes.
Okay, through tube rings.
17.
21.
Okay, 8 to 3.
Firebox area.
106.
186. Great area.
28.3.
53.42. Evaporative heating surface.
1959.
Nice. 4,007.
I didn't say 60, I said 50.
Yeah, I was gonna ask why that was nice, but what did you say, Milky?
4,007.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Whoa.
sense.
Combined heating surface.
1959.
4,007.
We're both super
Today we have
soakers.
learned something.
Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
435.26.
367.18. I have blundered.
Okay, well the point goes to Skookum, but those are both really good, of course, because they're compounds.
Yeah.
That number for Skookum is just insane. I forgot it was that good.
Yeah.
I need to go look at my trading cards. Anyway, buy trading
All
cards,
right,
they
then.
on horseman.com. Brian?
Rigid wheelbase.
Rigid wheelbase. Do you guys have your rigid wheelbases calced? Please tell me you do.
I forgot
Wait,
what it was from last time, so I gotta calculate real quick.
Rigid wheelbase is your driver wheelbase. Well, in this case, it's your driver wheelbase divided by 2, because your driver sets are the same size.
Oh, I got it.
It's the driver wheelbase of your longest driver set, is what rigid wheelbase is.
Okay, so it'd be driver wheelbase divided by 2?
Yes.
Okay. Mine is 9.83.
Brian?
5.33.
Yeah, unsurprising,
Yep.
you have 2 axles.
Okay.
5 to 12.
That one was new to me. I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, there was a discussion, like a relatively lengthy discussion about driver wheelbase and melees and how SteamLocomotive.com does it, because they just add them together. Like, they don't count the space in between the two sets of drivers as driver wheelbase.
And of course, that makes a difference.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It makes things a little weird, and I decided it's sort of in the spirit of the game, because the driver wheelbase is all about sort of the curve you can negotiate. If you have a flexible locomotive, I only want to know, like, the longest rigid part.
Yeah. Oh boy, but what if you get, like, the GN 28 or 2680?
Yeah, then you need to go look at some diagrams.
To do that because I took it 2680.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, what, you multiply it by 3/5 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, because I took the Southern 2680 in the random selection royale.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway, what's your stack call, Brian?
To do that. Yeah, I was going to say, engine wheelbase.
Engine wheelbase. This one is the same.
43.75.
33.
33.
Yep.
All right, 6 to 12. Brian.
Overall wheelbase.
Overall wheelbase. Brankety brank brain.
Oh man, do you have something with overall wheelbase, Milky?
Yeah, I do.
Switch to it.
Polson 45. Here we go,
Wilson
baby.
45. What's your overall wheelbase in the Gulag train?
In the Gulag. My overall wheelbase in that is 46.58.
Brian?
55.17. I screwed the pooch on this one, but it wasn't really my fault because I didn't know.
Nope. Well, now you might. 13-6, Milky. You've got Polson 45 calling against Skookum. I have no idea what you're gonna do.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. We balling. Wait on drivers.
Wait on drivers.
That's what I should have called. 129,850.
Okay. Here we go. I'm excited. 66,000.
All right. 14-6. We have our first set of markers on the board.
Engine weight.
162,650.
99K.
99K. Okay. 15-6. Milky.
Tender rotor weight.
I'm gonna use a marker.
All right. 4.
Is it the block?
I assume you want a block. Yes.
Block to the Peugeot Bourdon.
Okay. To the Frenchie. What is the?
Oh no!
What is it? This was tender loaded weight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What is the tender loaded weight of the Peugeot Bourdon?
Big fat goose egg.
All right, Milky. What is Polson 45's tender loaded weight?
50K.
50K. Well, that's more than 0. 7-15. Brian, you're now calling with the little French thing against Polson 45.
All right, let me just check what hasn't been called yet. All right.
22 stats off the board, so the pickings are getting a little slim.
They do be.
And I get the feeling you're not going to be taking any power computations with this thing.
Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase.
Wheelbase ratio.
Yeah, well, I'll take it.
All right.
I'll take the hit. Mine is 0.39.
Brian.
Okay, Ellis.
What?
I was originally just going to go with the number it has on the stat page because it has a number other than 1 for some reason.
Yeah, no, it should be other than 1 because your driver wheelbase is as previously described. It's just the 2 driver wheelbases added together, and your driving your wheelbase ratio uses that number. That I'm not messing with.
It's 39.
Oh my god.
0.39.
You guys both have 0.39?
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, wow.
I knew it was going to be bad for the Peugeot Bourdon, but here we are.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do
that. That's fine. Stop touching
it.
it. Do not touch it. I will put in the markers. Milky, would you like to swap to attempt to break the tie?
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
What to?
90.
90. I had a feeling 90 was coming. What is the wheelbase ratio of 90?
0.48.
0.48. All right, that takes it for you. It is 16-7. Milky.
Okay. We back. Whopper de Messina's power comp.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I shouldn't have mentioned power stats.
880.
That's low.
Wait. 180?
No, 880.
Oh, 880.
Also, Alice, where did you miss something?
Mine is 7434.
7434. What do you say, Brian?
Oh. Never mind. It looked like you had missed a
No,
thing,
I just had
never mind.
marked Robert Lemessinas and not put the point in yet. Milky.
Okay, my Whopper de Messina's power comp is 7,434.
Okay. It is 17-7. What is your next stat call?
Same as above plus superhero percentage.
880.
Okay. The first time I heard you say the power comp, I thought it was like a dig to Ober, and I got concerned. But okay. And I was wondering how. But yeah, 8,772.
Okay. 18-7. Milky.
Same as above, but substitute firebox area for great area.
7,042.
32,710. Power L1.
4,482.
11,632. Power MT.
Oh no.
1,401.
Oh,
0.72.
Okay, 717.32.
Okay, and the ball is back in the hands of Brian with the Prashant Bourdon. 28 stats off the board.
I don't know why this thing is so ridiculously hot. Oh, wait.
Because it's really light.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Power to weight, right.
Yeah. That's what Power MT, that is, yeah. And that's why it sometimes slips a script. It's always a really interesting one to see that happen with.
Yeah.
All right, Brian.
Instead of Power MT, they should have called it Power L plus ratio. All right. So what stats do we got left?
Not a ton. Your
total locomotive weight.
Okay. Mine is 291,000.
28,197
Okay.
grams. 9-20, Brian.
28,000 grams.
Yeah.
Like, as in Graham, the person.
Well, no, he's a little heavier than that. I mean, he's still like a string bean, but, you know. Brian, 9-20.
Minimum weight of rail.
Okay.
Walk.
With?
18.
With 18, okay. I don't think you're going to win this one, but I do want to see it. And before I get your answers, let me just fill this out really quick. 29 stats were called before this one. 2 markers were used, and then minimum weight of rail was called. Yep. Milky, what is the minimum weight of rail of Sierra Railway 18?
Not minimum enough, but I just wanted to take 18 out.
Okay.
For a run on the main line. 43.
Okay. 43.
12.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Okay, it is 10-20. Milky has Sierra Railway 18. Brian's calling with the Prashant Bourdon. And the board is clear, but for minimum weight of rail.
Let's go back to the one that started this whole affair with this engine in the first place. Tender loaded weight.
Milky.
You're kidding me, right? 60K.
Big fat goose egg.
11-20. Brian.
Oh, right. I can do that with this thing. Number and class.
1.
280.
Yep.
Holy Moses. Okay.
That is more than all my engines.
Most locomotives in this competition have like a number and class between 1 and 30. Yeah. And then there's a handful of outliers. Anyway, Brian.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Number built.
1.
280.
280. Wow. 13-20.
Outstanding.
All right. Driver wheelbase.
Driver wheelbase.
Or rigid wheelbase in this case, but Milky has a driver
Rigid wheelbase, yeah, that's what I meant.
12.17.
1.475.
Wow.
It's less than a foot and a half. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Pretty much a foot and a half.
Yep.
Because the number is 2.95 on the stat sheet.
All right. Brian?
Engine wheel pace.
19.67.
7.55.
0.55. 15 to 20.
Weighing on drivers.
104K.
28,197. Where have we seen that number before?
16 to 20.
Engine weight.
115K.
28,197. Where have we seen that before? Total locomotive weight.
175K.
28,197. I wonder where we've seen that before.
All right, it's 18 to 20, Brian.
Can I not use the tender stat because it doesn't have it anymore?
Sorry, lost my tender on the way here.
Yeah.
All right. This is where things get a bit interesting. Ooh, that's a good one. Tubes.
Tubes.
200. 2 in.
96 at 1.772.
1.772 is a number I don't think I've seen before.
Nice.
Aside from with this locomotive. Brian?
Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
212.04.
Not bad, not bad. 355.57.
Yeah.
You have 4 high-pressure cylinders. Anyway.
Yeah, but they're tiny.
Yeah, but so are you. All right. You also do have 2 boilers.
I have 2 boilers.
Yeah. All right. It's 20 to 20. More markers are on the board. Brian.
Power MT.
Power MT. Okay. Let's go. 330.44.
I remember that one from when you brought that to the logging royale. 1401.72 again.
All right. 21 to 20. Brian.
And now I can use the swap now, right?
You can if you want.
Yes, I would like to swap to 1309.
All right. 1309. Let's see.
All right.
I would also like to swap.
Okay.
3100.
Swap to 3100. Okay. This is going to be an interesting one. Let me put this down. 12 points since
Grandpa
the last...
grandson.
12 points since the last set of markers. Man, you guys just blew through those. All right, let's see.
Well, I wasn't going to have 18 be beat up by 1309.
No, in fairness, that's
Fair.
I mean, that's true, but now 3100 is. Brian, you have a clear board against 3100 with 1309. What is your stat call?
It's time for the funny again. Driver diameter.
55.
56.
There you go.
I'll do you one better.
22 to 20.
Year built.
1910.
1949. Flue tube length.
21.
23.
23 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, that's 24 points to 20. Brian,
Superheating surface.
superheating surface.
What is a superheater?
975.
All right, 25 to 20.
Evaporative heating surface.
4,007.
4,825.
Okay.
Okay.
Combined heating surface.
4,007.
5,800.
It's a big engine. They're both 2662s.
Yeah.
But,
Just very different eras
yeah.
of it.
And
Like,
Firebox area.
the MP is the beginning, and 1309 is the final box.
Alright, what's your firebox area?
186.
180. Oh, yeah. 389.
389. I can't help but notice that the firebox on 3100 is very shallow.
Yeah. No wonder why the MP sold it off just before the war.
Great area.
53.42.
72.2.
Still less than 100. Still well less than 100. It's actually not as much as I would have expected. 29 to
Robert
20, Brian.
Lemosina's power computation.
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 Combination. Yes. 11,218.
15,162.
3220.
Same as above plus superheater percentage.
Same as above.
17,740.
Oh, only one of my engines knows what a superheater is, and even then, it's still not good.
31 to 20.
Same as above. Sorry. Same as above, but sub firebox for great area. Hopefully, this doesn't go the way of the Hudsons yesterday.
Well, actually, two of my engines know it. It's just there isn't documentation on 18. So, same as above, but sub firebox for great.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. 39,060.
95,577.
Okay.
Yeah, that went about how I expected it to.
Yeah.
32 to 20.
Okay, now this one's mildly concerning, but I guess I have enough confidence here. Power L1.
Power L1.
3626.
Okay, I had nothing to worry about. 8550.
All right.
You're a big drunken boy.
I was mainly concerned because it was lower than the two other articulateds that were next to it. Let's see what else hasn't been called. Oh yeah, attractive effort.
Attractive effort.
54,999.
70,773.
There it is. 34 to 20.
Oh, what was his number? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm calling this anyway. High pressure cylinders.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh. 20 by 30.
22 by 32.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, big cylinders be big.
Yep.
35 to 20. Brian.
Low pressure cylinders.
31 by 30.
35 by 32.
Wow.
All right. 3620.
Yeah, good nice to know. I've stood next to one of these.
That's true.
Huh.
I was about to say, when did that happen? Oh, right, I was there.
You were there.
What did you say?
Tender fuel capacity.
Tender fuel capacity. 13 tons
16 tons.
at the company store.
All right, 3720, Brian.
Tender water capacity.
8,000.
12,000.
I did remember that offhand.
3820.
Oh boy. Uh, Let me look again at the stats that have been called.
There have been 17 called.
I remember how badly that one went last time.
Yep. I
I don't feel confident enough. Hang on. If I call Flues, does it count as him not having a stat, or does he, since he
It's
doesn't have him, it's like
it's
super
a it's
beater?
an it's a known zero, so to speak. So he just
Okay,
loses the
then
stat.
Flues.
Yeah.
okay. I don't have it.
36 at 5.5.
All right. 39-20.
Okay, now I gotta look at those stats again. Huh. Uh,
It is
that
interesting
is a
to see.
risk.
It is interesting to see two locomotives with the same wheel arrangement from vastly different eras, of
Yeah.
vastly different sizes. Uh,
Alright, now it's time to find out whether your stat sheet is specifically for the logger or for the Northern Pacific one. Or,
Oh, it's for the Northern Pacific. I can guarantee you
oh
that.
no. Well, it's time to figure this out. Number and class.
6.
Thank God. 10.
all
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
Uh, more markers on the board. 40 to
Yeah.
20.
None of my engines were particularly numerous, and the 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 3100 class is the most numerous on my engine.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Number built.
6.
10.
All right. 41
Although if
20.
I go cross-eyed and look at the other NPR ticket on here, it is way better. Uh, but that one did not get sold.
I would like to do another switch. Or
2.
swap. Skook 'em.
Skookum. Okay.
Swap.
You want to swap as well, Milky?
45.
Okay. Swap to 45.
Oh,
Milky, I think
that's
you're giving the game away a little bit because you keep forcing a reset with those double calls. But I'll have a full post game analysis afterward. Either way, Brian, you are calling with Skookum against 45. It's 41 to 20.
This is definitely interesting
Yes.
because there are a couple of stats that are off limits for all of my engines and all of his.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, the one where we would say this too.
uh, well, you've got to do something. Uh, I
All right, rigid wheelbase.
all right. So what's your
Okay,
driver wheelbase?
mine is 9.17.
5.33.
All right, 42-20. Brian.
This probably will go my way. Tractive effort.
Tractive effort.
16,691.
Yeah, I was right. 24,600.
All right, 43-20.
Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
218.74.
435.26.
All right, 44-20.
Flue tube length.
11.87.
17.
All right, 45-20.
I don't want to call that in case he has smaller ones. Evaporative heating surface?
Evaporative heating surface.
Has already been called. Oh wait, sorry.
Oh.
No, I marked off the wrong one. I should have marked off heating surface over cylinder volume. What's your
Okay.
evaporative heating surface?
1,074.
1959.
Okay.
combined heating surface.
You think they could fit a superheater in this?
No, they couldn't fit one in mine either.
Okay, good. Otherwise,
So
I'd
it's the
have
same
to
as above for both, I guess.
critique my brass model of it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. 1,074.
1959.
Yep, 4720.
Robert Lemessina's power computation. Ba, ba, da, ba.
2261.
5660.
G660.
Same as above plus superheater percentage.
Same as above.
Same as above.
2261.
At 4920.
Same as above, sub firebox for grade area.
13,760.
21,200.
Yeah.
Brian is halfway to victory.
50 points already?
Yep.
Indeed.
Alright. Power L1.
4594.
What did you say?
3,594.
That is concerningly close. 3,764.
5120.
I mean, this thing is bigger than you, but it's not that much bigger, so, like,
Yeah, no, I'm kind of having weaker.
I think, in a general
But
sense, in the game, the last thing you want to do is give your opponent a clear board.
yeah.
And people always want to try to stay ahead of their opponent in terms of their locomotives that they're playing with. But sometimes you just got to take your licks until you have an opportunity to get the ball back. Some people are way too quick on the draw. And I would probably be among them, because I know that's how I would be playing in some cases. And well, someday I'll get to play this game. Anyway, Brian?
Is this another case of him not simply just not having them giving me an immediate win if I call low pressure cylinders?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, low pressure cylinders.
Alright.
I am not a compound. It'd be mad funny
23
if
by
I was.
22.
23 by
Because
22.
when I bring a block-lane compound to a versus, it's mad funny.
It's gonna, yeah, no, it is in fact mad funny.
At some point, I want to bring a Volclane, but I can't remember if Klondike Mines number 3 is a stat page or not.
Citation needed.
I may bring one of the UVP moguls.
If 4 is Klondike Kate, would this be like Klondike Steve?
Klondike
It's
Steve.
3 Klondike something.
All the Klondike Mines locomotives survive.
Klondike Ken, yes! I said if I ever got a fish, I would name it Ken.
Or it might be a Klondike Shack. Oh,
Number
wait,
1 is a mogul. Number 2 is a simple Connie. And number 3 is a Volclane Connie. And then number 4, the only locomotive built new for them, which of course we all know is a Prairie.
Yep.
Yep.
I've seen where that thing lives. Anyway, Brian, what's your stat call?
Alright, this is gonna be... Oh, right, boiler pressure?
160.
200.
Yep.
Wow, 200. The 200 wins. 5320.
Now, this is where I start getting into stats that I'm, like, worried about calling, such as tender water capacity.
Tender water capacity. 2,500.
Okay, I was nothing to worry about there. 4,000.
Okay.
Yep. 45 at small tender. Except for one lane, but that isn't applicable here.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the worrisome part. I have more axles, but he's smaller overall. Minimum weight of rail.
37.
Damn it, 54.
Yeah.
And Milky gets a point out of that. 21 to 54.
Yay.
Milky, you have a Well, you have a kind of used up board, 14 stats called, 5 to the next set of markers. What's your stat call?
Okay, well, I do have all the stacks that have been tiptoed around very carefully. So I will use them.
All right.
Wait on drivers.
Tiptoed around. They're massive. Wait on drivers, you said?
Yep.
That would be 129,850.
66K.
All right.
Engine weight. Engine weight.
Engine weight.
Yep.
162,650.
99K.
All right.
Tender rotor weight.
80,350.
50K.
24.
Total engine and tender weight.
243,000.
149K.
All right.
Overall wheelbase.
Overall wheelbase 55.17.
46.58.
All right. 2654.
Engine wheelbase.
Engine wheelbase 33 feet on the dot.
23.75.
All right. We did get more markers, by the way, for those following along.
Ellis, I would like to not do any.
Well, okay. Well, you can
I-
spend another. You can
I have
spend.
decided against what I was going to do.
All right. Fair enough.
Because in the words of my ex-husband, they would go poorly. Uh,
I understood that reference. That's a. It's simultaneously a very, like obvious joke and a very deep cut in the
Yeah.
Horseman lore.
I don't get what it was a reference to.
It's okay. You'll find out when you're older.
Well,
You know what? You know what we ball? Tube.
Tubes.
186 at 2.25.
Okay, I thought that was a bit of a gamble, but I didn't want to commit the swapping engine for that one because I didn't know. 160 and 2.
At 2. Okay.
At 2.
28 to 54.
Okay.
Well, now what?
Oh, I won.
You did.
I didn't expect to win.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't expect to get this far.
I didn't expect to get to this.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Food tube ring.
17?
That's been called.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what it was like.
Yay.
Try something else.
Okay, I am gonna swap.
Swap 2.
90.
90. Okay.
Great area.
Pulling out the mic, huh? Alright.
Yep.
Great area is 28.3.
Okay, I don't regret that decision. My grade area for 90 spot is 41.30.
Okay.
Wow.
2954. Milky.
Firebox area.
106.
154.
54. Wow. Okay. 30, 54.
Flues.
I'm gonna block that.
With?
Freaking, big 110.
Okay, hold on. Let me get Big 110 ready for you. And mark that off. That's
Okay.
8 things used, and that was flues that were called. Big 110, the black and white photo. What are the flues of Big 110?
18 at 5.375.
Okay, well, we have the same diameter, but you know how many I got in this baby?
Much more, I
28.
presume.
28.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
10
So
more.
many flues. All right, it's 31 to 54. Milky's calling against Big 110 with
Okay.
a clear board, -1.
We're pogging with the loggers. It can only go
Logger
up.
Pogger.
Yeah. Wait on drivers.
Wait on drivers.
Oh boy. 210,000.
Okay, mine is 143,000.
Okay, that is less than quote unquote big 110, which is not very
Yeah.
big.
No, it's actually relatively mid.
Yeah, the small 110 is also not very
Yeah.
small. Just covering that for everyone that might have been confused, like myself.
It's just in comparison to each other.
Yeah, I know.
Engine weight.
Oh boy. 247,000.
Okay, 181K.
181, 33 to 54.
Tender fuel capacity.
Are you oil?
Yes.
1,200 gallons.
2,000 gallons.
Wow. And 34.54.
Wow.
Okay, so we got this board here. I already know that, so I am not going to do that. Minimum wear well, my friend.
58.
60.
Oh,
Why did I think you were like 62?
well, it's
Okay.
not that big after
What?
all. 55-34, Brian with big 110 against Pulse of 90. What's your next stack call?
Low pressure cylinders.
Oh boy.
Joke's on you. I'm still not a blockchain combat.
All right, Brian.
28 by 24.
Okay, the smallest low pressure cylinders yet. 56-34, Brian.
This is a risky one because I guess because this thing has because the 110s don't really have that big of boilers for what they are or something. Their evap heating surface divided by cylinder volumes are rather low for compounds. So I'm scared to call that, but also like maybe it'll work?
Well,
Okay, sure. Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
all right.
243.22.
Shit! 234.9.
And it goes right back to Pulse of 90.
What goes around comes around.
The thing with Big 110 is that it looks chunky because of the side tanks, but the boiler barrel is very small.
Yeah.
All right, Milky, stack call.
Okay, factor of adhesion.
Oh no. He's Mikado.
A normal locomotive.
4.94.
What'd you say, Brian?
4.94.
Bad. Milky.
Ooh. Mine is 4.01.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's very good. I didn't expect to see anything close to 4 in this entire game. But, all right. 36-56, Milky.
This one is going to be ballsy as hell, but this is why I went with this engine. Driver diameter.
44.
Good bet on me. 48.
48.
The
Okay.
only difference between a 70 ton and a 90 ton, besides the 3 hour differences, driver diameter. So anyway, you know what? Have we called that? No, we have not. It's going to be ballsy, but you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Tubes.
Tubes.
124 2-inch.
Okay, not so ballsy. I should have some self-confidence. 199, and they're a 2-inch diameter.
2-inch diameter tubes. 38-56. Milky is keeping it competitive. I mostly this got handed around a few times at the beginning of the game. Brian, I feel like, could have pressed the advantage when he had one, but in this case, Milky's just
Just balling.
Milky's hanging out with the ball.
Yeah.
38-56. What's your stat call?
Okay. We called that. I really don't want to call those.
Well,
What's your boiler pressure at?
Boiler pressure.
oh, here we go again.
200 on the dot.
Oh, 180.
180. Okay, never mind. It goes back to big 110. 57-38. Brian.
Let's see what hasn't been called. Tractive effort.
Tractive effort.
35,700.
Did you say 45?
35.
Oh, thank God. 42,517.
That would have been a hell of a Mikado. 58-38. Brian.
Yes, Rio Grande class K45. It's a logging
It would have been the Baldwin 120 ton Mikado.
Okay. Oh yeah, tender loaded weight.
Yeah, I have one.
How heavy is it?
110K.
Right.
See, I do have a tender. It's just microscopic.
Okay. That's a nice zero for you. 59-38.
All right. Rigid wheelbase.
Okay. Rigid wheelbase. 13.08.
8.
Yep.
8. 60-38.
Overall wheelbase.
57.19.
37.92.
Yep.
Tank engines.
Yep.
61-38.
Look at this stuff. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's a risk. Screw fuck it, we ball. Flue tube length.
Blue tube length.
I thought about that one, but I too thought it was a risk. So I'm excited to get to this one. 16.25.
Ooh, 17.
Oh, wow. Okay. We've got 100 points on the board. More markers.
I even... Yeah, that's good.
Those do not look good.
Can I use a swap?
You can if you want, yeah.
Okay. I want to go back to the 3100.
Okay, swap to the 3100. Brian.
Okay, 3100, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Big 110 versus 3100.
Okay then. Ooh, hold up. Has that been called? No, it hasn't. You're built.
You're built.
Foxy Grandpa moment. 1910.
1936.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that young.
Okay.
63-38.
Everything I had.
Alright, let's see what else hasn't been called. I know the number for those, and yeah, no. Total locomotive weight.
Oof. 305,150.
247,000 on the dot.
All right, 6438.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hi.
Hmm.
Hi, Lafayette. Hi, Lafayette. Hi, Tuck.
Uh.
It's like it's dinner time.
That's actually curious. Hmm.
Well, I'm curious what you're curious about, but you're gonna run out of time
Yeah.
if you keep being so curious.
I'm gonna swap.
Two.
You want to do a swappy swap?
Yep, I'm gonna swap back to Skookum.
Okay, interesting move.
Swap back to Skookum.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yep.
Interesting play. I would also agree. 18 points consumed. 10 markers have been used, and yeah, you're now calling against 3100 with Skookum and a clear board. What's your stack call?
I'm calling rigid wheelbase.
Rigid wheelbase.
Yay, something that I can actually participate in.
Quick maths.
That'd be boop boop boop. 9.83.
5.33.
All right,
Yep.
6538. Brian.
Engine wheelbase.
Engine wheelbase.
43.75.
33.
Yep.
All right, 6638.
Overall wheelbase.
Overall wheelbase.
No.
No, you don't have
Oh.
overall wheelbase?
No, I don't.
Do you have something
I
with
forgot
overall
about that
wheelbase?
one. No, I made the same blunder.
I do have multiple lanes.
Okay, well, pick one of them and let's swap to it.
90.
90, okay. What is the overall wheelbase of Comrade 90? Oh, sorry, wrong 90.
57.19.
Oh, thank God. 55.17.
Oh, wow, okay, so Skookum still takes that. 6738. Brian.
Now I'm calling against 90.
You are indeed.
It's another day on the
Ah.
Great Harbor Line.
Huh. Ah.
This would be even more funny if Way Near acquired Skookum. But they did not.
Increasing amounts of Spider-Man pointing.
Yeah.
I guess, minimum weight of rail?
Minimum weight of rail.
You're in Skookum. Skookum is notorious for that. 60 is mine.
54.
54. Was too heavy for Little River still. Brian?
And it still ate crap off of bricks.
Yeah, it did. Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Okay. Evap divided by cylinder volume. 243.22.
That's actually one of the better ones I've heard from your team. Although I don't think I've heard 3100s. 435.26.
Yep, very, very good number. Nice points, Brian.
Haven't called low pressure cylinders.
Low pressure cylinders.
This too is not a compound.
23 by 22.
Alright, Brian.
Tractive effort?
Tractive effort.
35,700.
Oh shit. I got that. I guess I got it mixed up with the other one. 24,600.
Alright,
Yay.
3970. Milky gets it back.
Driver diameter.
48.
Balls. 48.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
why
Uh,
I thought you had 44 like every other Baldwin.
no.
Both 110s have 44, but this doesn't.
Brian, would you like to swap to attempt to break the tie?
Yes.
What's it
No.
going to be?
1309.
1309. And 1309 rhymes with finish line. Brian, what is the size of your wheels?
56.
Against Milky?
48.
48. 71 points for Brian. And carry on.
Oh boy. You're built.
1926.
1949. Number and class.
You know, this and a skinny mustache man would have one thing in common, only having one. Oh, wait, never mind.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. Milky, what the hell?
I don't know
What?
why I went.
That was a metaphor for. That was a metaphor of all time. Brian.
I said 10.
No. What is your next stat call?
Yeah, number built.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Who
Wow.
could have seen this coming?
How surprising. How exotic. 1.
10.
10. 7439.
1 oh. Attractive effort.
Has already been called.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Right, I forgot. No reset.
It did.
Oh right, high pressure cylinders.
High pressure cylinders.
20 by 28.
22 by 32.
Biggins. 7539, Brian.
I hope I'm remembering this right. Boiler pressure.
180.
210.
Yep.
Flute tube length.
16.25.
23. Firebox area.
154.
389. Gray area.
41.30.
72.2.
7939, Brian.
Evaporative heating surface.
24.76.
48.25.
Alright. 8039.
Superheating surface.
This too has a superheater.
Oh, that's good.
It is good. And will be good when they get running. 50 or balls. Not 50. That'd be terrible. That'd be like you could boil a pot of kettle and
For a second, I thought you were about to say 50,000. I'm like, what the hell?
50,000. Oops, all superheater.
the power of the sun is in the superheater. No, but 553.
975.
Yep.
That's
figured.
closer than I would have expected. 8139.
Hang on, I got a ping in Discord. Just gotta deal with it real quick.
Who could it be
The
now?
ping.
I don't know why people are doing this at this time.
8139.
In your kitchen, completely localized.
Oh, we got more markers, by the way.
Okay.
All right. Combined heating surface, of course. Yes.
3,029.
Okay.
I want to be still better than one my Maui.
5,800.
5,800. 8239. Brian?
Robert Lemessina's power computation.
Oh, we're in the power comps again.
7434.
15,162. Same as above plus superheater percentage.
8772.
17,740. Same as above but substitute firebox area for great area.
32,710.
95,577. Power L1.
11,632.
What the hell? 8550.
Uh-huh.
What?
A point for Paulson logging 90?
Olsen 90 package. What
Milky,
was that?
40 points. Brian, 85. Milky, you have the ball. What is your stat call?
There's a god,
What is
and
going
he's
on?
a fan of memes. It's fantastic.
Yeah, his name is Robert Le Messina.
Yeah. Well then, Father Batista.
Oh god, I'm not gonna win any of these engines, so I won't even bother. 5.18.
Oof. Oof. I thought based on how it ran on the NPS server it would be better, but no. 4.01.
There it goes.
Pretty sure the best FOA on my team is small 110, but I can't remember.
41.85. Milky.
Okay.
Greatest comeback.
Wait on drivers.
Wait on drivers.
I'm gonna block
With.
You're gonna.
Peugeot Bordeaux.
Oh no, the
Oh
French.
no!
FR asterisk NCH. Brian, what is your weight on drivers?
28,197. I wonder where we've seen that number
Milky.
before.
My weight on drivers is 143K.
Alright, unsurprisingly, Brian wins 86-41. Brian, what's your next stat call?
My next stat call is engine weight.
Engine weight.
Yeah, 181K.
28,197. I'm getting a case of deja vu.
Brian?
Tender loaded weight.
110K.
Do you see a tender here?
No, I do not.
No,
but
it's
I
actually,
am
it's
in
2 tenders and no boilers. 88-41, Brian.
That would just be a Garrett with the boiler lifted off.
I want to do a swap-a-woo.
Okay, 2.
45.
45. Alright,
That's the prairie again, right?
that's the prairie again. Alright, let me clear the board here. That was 27 stats called. Clear that. 12 markers. And Brian.
All right. I was kind of hoping that oh yeah, right. Never mind. Number in class.
Number in class.
Wow. The same as the Spruce Scoops. 1.
1. Brian.
280. Number built.
I would make a Titanic joke here, but there were actually 3 of them built.
That's true.
They weren't all in class at the same time. So, however, number in number built 1.
1. And Titanic is also in 2
280.
now.
Okay, so you're telling me that there were 4 built.
Uh,
No, just...
no, that's the number in class. Brian,
Oh,
how many?
actually, wait. The number in class for the Olympic class would still be 2. Just not...
No? It'd be 3. Well, depends on how you're measuring it. Depends on
survival. Yeah. Yeah.
when. Anyway, Brian, what was your number build? 200 something?
280.
280, okay. What's next?
Now that I'm now that I'm in the position that I'm in, I feel a bit, I feel it's maybe a bit safer to call a risky thing like this because I'm actually curious about this year.
Let's go down to the cinema and watch a talkie in 1906.
Oh, I didn't
Actor
really have that
Toby
much to
Flynn.
worry about. 1915.
And you are
Yeah.
wartime, and yeah, Milky is pre-war.
This is, in fact, the oldest engine. Oh, actually, no. It and 18 are tied. For
Which are
old...
definitely not the oldest engines in this competition, but they're definitely
No.
up there. Brian?
Rigid wheelbase.
Yeah. 9.17.
1.475.
1.5 feet. Brian?
Engine wheelbase.
23.75.
7.55.
Alright.
Overall wheelbase.
Overall wheelbase.
46.58.
Same as above.
Alright. 94.41. Brian?
Oh boy, I could actually win this.
I
Well,
feel
you
like
are.
it'd be difficult for you not to at this point. I would be astonished
Yeah.
if you'd managed to, figure out how to lose.
Honestly, I feel simultaneously, it's simultaneously hilarious, but also makes me feel bad that I'm winning in the Peugeot Bourdon.
You should, yeah. You should feel bad about that.
I feel
Evaporative
bad
heating
that
service denied- Oh,
I feel bad that I forgot about him. So I feel like I have this coming for forgetting about him.
this engine has come back to haunt you.
Yeah, Milky left to get the milk.
Yeah, and this random dude shows up on my doorstep claiming to be one of my sons.
You failed me.
He's got
Yeah.
2 faces, and you're wondering what
Yeah.
the hell's going on. Alright, Brian, what's your next stat call?
Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Okay, heating surface over cylinder volume.
218.74.
355.57.
Alright,
Yep.
95.41. Brian.
Power MT.
Our MT.
360.15.
1401.72.
96.41.
Southern 1401.
Yeah. Good engine.
Minimum weight of rail.
Not enough. 37.
12.
12. 97.41.
Underloaded weight.
50K.
0.
0. 98.41.
I'm taking notes. I need to bring a tank engine next time.
Tank engines are helpful.
Yeah.
Total engine and tender weight.
Total engine and tender weight. 149K.
149K, you said? 28,197.
It's that
Where have we
28,000
heard
number.
that before?
We've got more markers at the very end. It's 99:41. Brian, how is this ending?
This is ending. Uh, this is ending. I feel motivated to do something dumb or stupid and like drag this on for maybe a little longer. So I'm just gonna call Loco base ID.
Okay, Loco base ID. Milky?
Okay. The stat that I've been avoiding for every lane except for the Northern Pacific boy because I'm comfortable where he's at. 12,763.
Ouch.
Well, that didn't work the way I wanted to, but hey, I won 49.53.
49.53, and Brian takes it 41 to 100. Let me enter that
All
in.
my engines are in the 1500s or, well, I guess the Bill boy is, and he's in the 4,000, but still.
You
Well,
put up a good fight, but I managed to figure out how to win on points alone.
and I feel like, well, in the future, points are going to be the only real victory condition because it's going to be really hard to gather enough markers to knock out all your opponent's engines unless people are really, really bloodthirsty. But
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to gather markers, but it's hard to knock out engines from rosters like Easts and Kaiserins.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying in the future, with the way that the point threshold is going to work, if you manage to knock out a bunch of your opponent's engines, the win threshold comes down and there are just going to be fewer markers available to pick up. Because the game is going to end before you pick up all those markers. It's like the one bummer with the new rules is that it gets much harder to win by total knockout unless both players are being super bloodthirsty. But that's okay because I feel like the knockout thing is a little bit of a mess. It's not my favorite aspect of the game, but it is an important part of the game, and if I had to say things about when to use your markers and what to use your markers for, and this goes for now and other times because, I see people playing in this game, Milky, I feel like you left a lot of points on the table with wanting to swap all the time.
Yeah.
Don't swap unless you have to. Don't block unless you know you're going to win. Knock out strategically, like target your opponent's biggest locomotive, smallest locomotive, to try to keep away from them. And when you have an advantage, press that advantage. Sack locomotives strategically if you need to, if your big engine or small engine is getting targeted. And that's the gist of it. That's the top and the bottom. That's the long and the short of it. I feel like this could have been a closer game if, all other things being equal, Milky, you had kept your markers on hand for blocks that you knew you would win. Also, it just wouldn't have cleared the board as often. Brian would have got caught in tighter spots. But Brian, you on the other hand, I feel like you didn't press the advantage as much as you could have by just hanging out with your largest or smallest locomotive, spending more time with 1309 and calling those power stats whenever you got the chance to. It probably would have looked about the same.
I kind of felt bad for only using 1309 and a Peugeot Bourdon. I wanted to get my other engines some use. In fact, I didn't even use Little 110 at all.
No, this was a much less chaotic match, but you will be going on to face Fort, and I think it's going to be an interesting match between 8000 and 1309. I'm not really sure what's going to happen there.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yep.
Like, if we can figure that match out for maybe next Saturday, that might work.
We'll figure it out. I'm going to drop you into a group with Fort, and we can discuss, after this is wrapped up. But we definitely did come under time. It's one of the shorter episodes. Milky, I'm sorry to see you go. Your lineup is great. You brought a lot of heart to the table. I love Pogger loggers.
I do too.
It was a great match. I'll come back with a funny tank engine next time.
Yes.
I have a folio.
Someday, I want to... I'd love to find the tender stats for that 010-0. Or that 210-2, rather. I need to find the tender
Yeah.
stats. I need to figure out where that tender came from for the Consolidated Builders 800.
Oh, you're talking about the really uh, what's the word? The 210-2 that looks like it was like squished into a small space to fit a loading gauge, kind of New York
No, no, no,
Central
no, no,
vibe.
no, not like I don't think so. The Consolidated Builders 800 was the only logging 210-2 built, and it is a real special locomotive. And it wasn't a very good engine, and at some point they gave it this aux tender. Um, at some point,
Yeah,
Consolidated
but like
Builders
what I'm
gave it
talking
some.
about is you see how it's like everything is cut off at that one line along the roof except for stuff that's been added on, like the backup light.
I mean, I guess, yeah,
It looks like it's meant to fit into a loading gauge.
yeah. That's
And I
fair.
guess
Okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant it was like
is it an
squashed front to back.
Alco or a Baldwin?
That's a
It's
good
an
question. I think
Alco.
it's a. Oh,
I think
it was an Alco, yeah.
Yeah, I figured
I
it was an
thought
Alco because it looks like one of Alco's logging
Monorail.
Mikado tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That-
effectively a logging Mikado that they made longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is great lineup. Thank you both for playing as always.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Virtual handshake.
I look forward to
Yeah,
doing more of these. And yeah, I've said this the first time we had your lineup in Milky. I feel like what this underscores is you need to have a strong top and bottom, and
Yeah.
most of your locomotives are pretty samey. And
They are.
yeah,
And it was almost worse.
it was almost worse.
Oh my God, Alice! Alice,
Originally, I
star
wanted.
point. There was a model of it.
I want the tender. I want
Let's browse.
I want to
Unfortunately,
know.
the model doesn't have the tender, but it was a model regardless.
I like the cutout for the safeties. The cutout of the tank. That's perfect.
It's like a freaking a hatch on a submarine. Or
Someday,
maybe a turret.
someday, someone will figure out where this tender came from because it had to have been from another locomotive.
It definitely was.
It looks like a standard gauge version of a Rio Grande consolidation tender.
Yeah, and it's just a question of which Consolidated Builders engine did this tender come from, and then we can find the stats for it, and then we can make a 210-2T plus T trading card, which I would order for myself.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
And I know a guy, so I'll do some digging.
Oh, please do if you find an answer to this question. This is one of my like internet white whales. But anyway, yep, Brian, you and Ford are going to square off. And then the winner of that will go on to face Kaiserin and move towards the semifinal. And unfortunately, I cannot tell you more than that, but the folks watching know where that bracket ends. And we'll see you. Well, I don't know when this one is going to come out. But we'll see you either tomorrow or next week. Bye.
Bye bye.
Uber.
Buy trading cards.